Hey guys, Justin here with JHart Modelworks. So it's Wednesday night, it's very late, and I am still cutting on the body prep video for the Mustang. Now I have not even started voiceover yet. There's no way this video is coming out this weekend like I had wanted, but that's okay because there's something else that I wanted to do too, and that is to announce that I am going to be joining a group build. Don't do a lot of group builds, but this one is being hosted by the guys over at the Scale Model Car podcast. That is going to be Matt from the Lucas C channel, Jason from Blue Ox Model Works, Chuck from Chuck's Hobby Spots, and Brian from BG's Model Workshop. All four of these dudes are amazing builders. They are really cool guys. And I kind of saw some of the videos from last year. I didn't participate last year, but I thought this looks like it would be a really fun group build to join in on. Also, like I said at the end of the last video that I did, I kind of talked about my plans for like the Mustang. Now 90% of you didn't actually stay that long, so we're going to go over that again here real quick. So the plan on the Mustang build is it's going to be a full build series, but I'm only going to release videos on it. I'm going to try for about every other week. That will give me like a weekend to build, and then like 2 weeks to actually edit out the footage and get a reasonable video for you guys. In between that, I'm going to be working on other projects because that's going to be kind of a long-term project. In between that, I'm going to be doing things like this group build and just doing it as an update video. So you'll just see the progress for that week that I made on that kit. For this group build, I am going to be doing the original release of Tamiya's Porsche Boxster. So these are crazy expensive on eBay right now. I managed to find one dirt cheap on BuyE. That's a site that lets you buy things from Japan. I will probably do a video on that on some time, but for right now, let's go ahead and take a look at what's inside this box. Alright, so opening up the box here, we have our instructions. These are the fold out map style instructions. I'm not going to go through these in detail. You can find the instructions typically on scalemates.com. We also have a small guide with like tips on like don't cut yourself and don't glue yourself and get your parents' permission type stuff. We have a gray sprue. We have a bag with a red sprue and a satin chrome. We have a body. Our clear sprue. We got some tires. Some poly caps are in there. And then we get the decals, which these are in terrible shape. So I'm gonna go ahead and unbag all this and we will take a closer look. Alright guys, we are starting with the clear parts so I can get them safely tucked back into a bag. They have already taken some damage over time. There is some scratching in that glass that we're going to have to polish up to fix. Other than that though, all the glass is nice and clear. Optically, it is in really good condition. There's no waviness or distortion of the letters. You do get two roofs. There's a kind of a hard top type roof, and then there is the soft cloth top, which you should paint black and then just leave the clear. I always find it odd when they mold these parts in clear like this, but that's okay. We have our headlight lenses over here. Those are going to be fun to mask off and paint. We have our tail lights in back. some side markers, various odds and ends. Next, we're going to look at some tires, which there is branding on these tires. We've got some Michelins in here. You don't see branding on tires very often nowadays. It costs them more money to actually brand the tires. Now, from the looks of it, all the tires are the same size in both, circumference and in depth. We also got some polycaps. I'm not going to bother taking those out. Everyone knows what polycaps are. We will go ahead and move on to the decals, and these are in really bad shape. These have yellowed considerably, but that is okay. On eBay, I was able to find a set of the decals for the newer version, the special edition of the Boxster, which are for the most part the exact same decals, with the exception of the center cluster are all one decal instead of being split up like they are over here into 3. If I need to, I can cut them. We also have some window masks, which pretty much I'll just be using the one for the windshield. Those are nice to have. We have our body, nice and crisp. Definitely have some mold seams to clean up in here, but they are clearly visible and easy to get rid of. There's another set that runs right along here. Mold seams are nice and deep. There shouldn't need to be too much rescribing in there, maybe just a pass or two just to make sure everything's nice and clean. All the molding is nice and crisp. That looks really good. There's a cat hair. Cat hair from Japan. We have our gray sprues. We've got our chassis. It is a curbside kit, so you're not going to get all the engine detail. Just pretty much everything on the bottom. Various suspension components, exhausts. There's these side vents, which are nicely molded open. That's actually really clean on that molding too. Mirrors. The brakes are pretty nicely detailed. I wanted to use some aftermarket ones, but the brakes are the mounting points for the polycaps, so you pretty much have to keep these. Our front end, again, that venting is nicely molded open. And you get some molding in there for the sensors for like parking and whatnot. Again, some mold seams in there, should be easy to clean up, clearly visible, easy to see. But the instructions say that you can put this on first before mounting to the chassis, but not this. What I will most likely do is just kind of tape them all to the body, get everything painted up, and then separate them. Windshield wipers, those look really good for kit windshield wipers. The steering wheel is a little soft on the detail. I've got some plans for that though. So we have our chrome sprue, which is kind of chrome-ish. It's that satin chrome finish. All in all, not bad. The mount points are in clean locations, so you're not going to have a lot of issues when you cut them off the sprues. Shouldn't really need to re-chrome these, to be honest with you. We'll have to re-chrome the exhaust though, because as you can see the red plastic under the chrome in there. So I'll probably strip that and spray that in a bright silver, something like Mr. Hobby's Super True Aluminum, or maybe some Tamiya Sparkling Silver. We'll see. These wheels are definitely not getting used. I've got some plans for some better wheels.
We got faces for the mirrors, typical chrome sprue stuff. And we have our interior tub, which sadly they molded in bright ass red, which is going to make this incredibly difficult to paint. There's also suspension components in bright red. Why, I have no idea, but it is what it is. Looks like the top for our dashboard maybe. The molding on the door cards is really nicely detailed, as is the dash. Lots of detail in there to go in there and paint. Now, there's only one pedal because this is automatic. You can tell by the way it's just got the straight line and then the shift over to the left. That's for that manumatic mode, where you push it over and then use the flappy paddles. But I thought about changing this to like a gated manual, but looking at Porsche's gated manual, you can't really tell the difference. It's pretty much the exact same kind of knob. The only thing you'd really see a change in is adding another pedal, and you're not going to see the pedals. So, but that's what we got there. We do have our, looks like our sway bars, our front and rear sway bars, several pieces of suspension. They made some interesting selections on parts for the red sprue. But that's going to be it. All right, so that is going to be a wrap for the unboxing. Plan on hitting this with some Splash Paints Porsche Amethyst. This looks like it's going to be a beautiful color from all the pictures that I've seen. Kind of have some plans on the wheels as well. We'll probably be changing those out if I can get these HREs to print. I don't know, there's a couple of options I'm looking at on that. Go ahead and check out, if you have not, check out the Scale Model Car Podcast. It's a great podcast. They've got some great videos. They've got some really cool interviews with some great builders as well. Probably I will try to put a link to them down below in the section. This group build is going to go on until September. I doubt I will take nearly that long, but we'll see what happens with it. Thanks for hanging out with me. I always appreciate you watching the videos, and I will catch you on the next one.